In this video, we'll cover what really happened to the friends of convicted rapper TayK. From juveniles to adults, TayK and his friends all met their karma for some horrible crimes. Daytona Boys. In 2014, TayK, who was 14 years old, along with two other friends, Pimpy Z and Santana Sage, started a rap group called Daytona Boys. The group released their first track, Drift, on SoundCloud. In an effort to get more recognition in the local rap scene, the trio performed at different parties, but in the end, they got very little attention. The group was thrown into disarray following a tragic incident on January 1st, 2016. After the group had performed at a New Year's Eve celebration in Denton, Texas, the trio left together in a car. Not so long after, TayK's crew ran into another vehicle being driven by one UNT student, Sarah Muchlechner. According to witnesses, Santana Sage made sexual advances to Sarah and one of her friends, but Sarah quickly shut him down. As she drove away, Santana began firing shots in the direction of her car, hitting her in the head. Sarah crashed into a pole and would later be pronounced dead. Santana, a U.S. Marine, was subsequently arrested and convicted of the murder. He was sentenced to 44 years in prison. Both TayK and Pimpy Z managed to escape all legal repercussions, but not for long. In July 2016, TayK and 6 other people would get tangled up in a shooting incident that left one Ethan Walker dead. The sequence of events began on July 26th when an unnamed minor, who was described as a pretty blonde, sought the help of her two friends, Ariana Barat and Megan Holt, in order to rob one Zachary Belloway, who was 19 years old at the time. It was believed that Belloway had drugs and money in the apartment he shared with Ethan Walker. TayK and 3 of his friends, Letharian Merritt, Sean Robinson, and Pimpy Z, were also involved in the planned robbery. The plan was that the two women, Ariana Barat and Megan Holt, would seduce Zachary Belloway, which would give TayK and his buddies enough of an opening to enter the house with guns and rob Belloway. TayK and his crew searched the house for the drugs and money, but there was nothing to be found. This led to a heated confrontation and Belloway ended up getting shot in his shoulder. He survived. Ethan Walker received a gunshot to the abdomen. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Crime and punishment. All 7 people involved in the home invasion, consisting of 3 juveniles and 4 adults, were charged. Letharian Merritt, the one who pulled the trigger on Ethan Walker, was found guilty of capital murder by a jury in May of 2018. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Sean Robinson pleaded guilty in exchange for a 40-year prison sentence. The 2 women, Ariana Barat and Megan Holt, both reached a deal with prosecutors, agreeing to testify against TayK and other co-defendants in exchange for a lesser charge and sentence. Barat got 25 years, while Holt received 20 years. As for the pretty blonde unnamed juvenile who masterminded the whole thing, she was certified as unfit to stand trial as an adult. She was eventually found guilty of 3 delinquent conduct charges, which included capital murder and 2 aggravated assault charges. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison. As for TayK, after 2.5 hours of interrogation, he admitted his role in the robbery. Because he was 16 years old at the time, he was placed under house arrest awaiting trial. Pimpy Z, also a minor, was placed under house arrest. However, TayK got fed up with being confined to house arrest for months. So on March 26, 2017, he and Pimpy Z both cut off their ankle monitors and went on the run. While on the run, TayK shot and killed 23-year-old Mark Anthony Saldivar while carrying out a robbery outside a Chick-fil-A in San Antonio, Texas. He also attacked and robbed a 65-year-old man in Arlington, Texas. He later released his most popular song, The Race, on June 30th, 2017, the same day he would be arrested by U.S. Marshals. Pimpy Z was also captured by authorities. Pimpy Z refused to snitch on TayK in exchange for a lesser 20-year sentence. It seems there can be honor among thieves. Pimpy Z received a 30-year sentence and a motherly rebuke from Ethan Walker's mother. He'll have to serve 15 years before becoming eligible for parole. TayK was found guilty of murder and aggravated robbery in the home invasion case and was sentenced to a lengthy 55 years in prison.